Hello, I'm going to do the daily Capricorn love reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, so I thought for overall energy, we would get a romance angel, we'd get a angel answers, and then the heart-shaped romance cards. I have my Alice in Wonderland cards. To look at what you may possibly be struggling with, what you may need to look at, and possible future energies. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, just check the links down below. All right, so romance angels. What do we have going on for Capricorn? All right, this one just flipped over. We have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So you have to open your heart to receive it, but you also have to be able to be in this frame of mind where you can give it. All right. Angel answers cards. Feeling this one here. Unlikely. All right. And then romance, heart-shaped romance cards. Let's see. These, I like these cards, but again, as I've said before, the heart shape makes it difficult to shuffle. All right, so let's pull one of these for overall energy. So let's do those two. All right, so we have beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So that's pretty cool. And then we have, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So making sure that you have that space between each other so that one person doesn't feel smothered or overwhelmed, or if you feel that way, make sure that you express that to your partner or the other person so that they understand that it's not anything against them, but it's just that you may need your space. Again, I like that card. Being aware of the positive and negative qualities of that other person could also be that reflection against of yourself. That it's safe for you to love, that in order to receive it, you have to be able to give it. And unlikely can mean a lot of different things. It could be that, it could be unlikely that if you are feeling safe and you've chosen this person and you trust them, that it's unlikely that they will do something negative against you, because if you're communicating and you're not feeling any red flags and you're not feeling negativity and you're making sure that you're expressing how you're feeling and what you have going on with you, that it's unlikely that you will have problems with this person in this relationship because you are aware of things and you're communicating about it. So the word unlikely can go a lot of different ways, and it depends on how you see that. All right, so let's get some, the cards are just flying out. So we have the Tower. The Tower was like kind of sideways here. So it could be something that may be headed your way, may be happening, something that you're going through, something that you're worried about. Are you worried about the Tower, right? Are you worried? Is there something on your mind that, you're worried about how your partner will react? We also have Temperance and that Sagittarius. So it could be with a Sagittarius, having that patience, evening things out, working things out. Maybe you're worried that there's something you have to talk to your partner about because you're feeling that things are off balanced. Is this whole deck upside down? All right, the whole deck is upside down, so I'm going to turn it the correct way. But these just came out upside down. So we have the Four of Wands. So that could be that you're feeling anxious, that you're not resting, you're not thinking about things. And then we have the Three of Wands. You're not thinking about the future. You're not seeing a future with this situation. You're not sure what's going to go on here, that you're you're struggling with the future is, where do I go from here? But I feel like, as I've said before, I always feel like the biggest thing is, how do you feel inside? I feel like you can't take actions within a relationship if you're not sure how you truly feel. We have the Nine of Cups. So looking at, what is your Nine of Cups? And that's exactly what I was just saying, is, how do you truly feel? What is your Nine of Cups? Do you feel this relationship is your Nine of Cups? Do you feel this is going towards your Nine of Cups? It's building into your Nine of Cups. Do you feel that you want to give to this relationship, that you want to, be in this relationship and put the effort in this relationship and work on the relationship? And I always feel that you have to figure that out first before you make a move, before you do anything, because then you're just kind of blindly going in any direction. That's exactly what I was just saying, is blindly going, where she has that blindfold on her and she's not sure, which way do I go? Do I go this way? Do I go that way? We have the March Hare or the Mad Hatter. She can't decide which way she wants to go, because maybe she's not sure what her Nine of Cups is, or what the world represents, having it all represents for her. And that may be the same thing with you, is you're not really sure what is that. And that's what you need time with. We have, for future energies, we have the Magician. You have the power to make the changes. If you are not happy in a relationship, it's not going the way that you want it to, you have the power to make the changes to make it happen. You cannot control another person, but you can control the actions that you take. You can control the situation on your end and say, okay, is this my Nine of Cups? Do I want to work on this, or is this something that I want to move away from? Do I want to let my walls down and become more vulnerable in this relationship, or do I want to keep my walls up and just kind of accept that this is what it is and just deal with it? So you have that power within yourself, right? That Magician, that magic, that power, that control, to make the changes within yourself. You can't control, again, how other people feel. You can control communicating with that person and trying and saying that you've tried as much as you could try, that you've tried to communicate, you tried to work things through. And if that, you see, right, how that person reacts gives you that answers as to what it is that you want to do and where you want to go, right? Because if you're trying and that person isn't trying, and you have to really listen to what people say. You have to really listen to your inner voice as to what the other person is saying, and really listening to what the other person says, and not try to convince them to feel or change or be different. You have to accept them exactly the way that they are, right? For who they are, for how they are. We have 10 of Cups. So I feel like this is definitely a process that you're trying to work through, that you're trying to adjust, that you're trying to figure out those things. Again, how you feel, what's that effort that you want to put into it, and what are those things that you can change to make a difference in this relationship. And you can see, again, how that other person responds. Queen of Swords, she's kind of sitting on her throne, and she's very determined. She's got her sword up in the air, and she's like ready to tackle it, ready to battle it. Maybe this is something that's been going on with you for a while, and that you've been questioning, and you're like, I don't really know what to do. I don't know where to go. Again, like I said, what you're struggling with is the Tower and Temperance, finding that patience, finding that balance in a relationship. You don't want to deal with blow-ups. You don't want to have that happen, but there are also times where you have to have conversations. So if you know that you have to have conversations, making sure that you're clear about what it is that you want to say, what it is that you want to cover, what it is that you want to discuss, and be sure that it is in a neutral ground, and that that person is ready to have the conversation, that you don't blindside them, that you don't, catch them off guard, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, why are we talking about this? I had no idea, right? Kind of giving that person that heads up to let them know that you want to have this conversation when they're ready. Because you wouldn't want to be blindsided either, because then if you're blindsided by something, then you become defensive, then you become angry, then it becomes an argument, and then it becomes a bigger problem than what it really needs to be. And it wasn't handled in the right way. If it's something that's important to you, then you will figure out how to make it happen, when to make it happen, right? All right, we have the Star, Aquarius, thinking positive, having hope. What are your dreams? What is your directions? What is the wishes, right? The Emperor, Aries, having that plan. That's exactly what, everything that I was just saying. That's what I feel is the Emperor, right? Taking control of a situation, knowing what it is that you want to say, what it is that you want to cover, what it is that you want to talk about, where it is you want to go, what you're willing to give in the relationship, making sure that person's ready, making sure that you're on neutral ground. All of those things, I feel like that represents the Emperor. Making those decisions, those Two of Swords, and not turning a blind eye to things, right? Being able to see clearly and know the direction that you want to go in. Communication, perfect. Page of Wands. Page of Wands is communicating with another person. It's not something, this feels to me that this is not something that is to be discussed over text messages. If you want to write a letter, sometimes what I found is that if I write a letter and I hand it to that person, then they can read it. So I've written down, I've said all of the points that I want to talk about, and it gives that person a chance to read it so that I don't forget anything when I have the conversation. It could start with, here's a letter, and when you feel, tell the other person, like, when you feel ready, we'll sit down and we'll talk about this. Like, what time works for you? So that person, again, has that heads up. Again, that Emperor, having that plan, that person has that heads up so that they'll be able to have the responses, that they're not caught off guard. This is just definitely something that is emotional. This is something that, is not easy, but it's also about learning and growing. Hello, Empress. Sometimes I surprise myself. It's about learning and growing, and that's exactly what this situation is. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a partner. This could be a friend. This could be a family member that you're struggling with, that that you're struggling with that relationship with that person. We have family members that, they're still people, and we can have those disagreements, and we can have those frustrations, and we can have those moments where it's like, okay, something needs to be changed here. Something needs to be different. And we have to work on those relationships with our family members just as much as we do with our partners. Page of Cups. New emotions, new feelings, feeling better, looking towards the future. Over here we had the Three of Wands over here, where I feel like it's upside down and it's questioning it, not sure where you want to go. But I feel like going through this process here, that you're feeling emotionally better, that you know the direction that you want to go in, and you're happy about it. Look at that. I love it. That you've made the decisions and the choices, you've had the conversation, you've worked it out, however that represents for you, that you're feeling more positive about the future. That you're feeling more positive about the direction that you want to go in this relationship, that you're feeling like this relationship is back on track. That you're feeling happy with yourself because you actually took the time to work on this, to do this, to figure out how you're feeling, to have a plan, to communicate, and to work this through. So it's not only that, again, sense of accomplishment because you've worked through the relationship, but also that sense of accomplishment within yourself because you handled the situation, that you're ready to handle it. Eight of Swords can be that you're holding yourself back, but it also can represent that you feel that the time is right for you to handle a situation, to deal with a situation, that you've held yourself back long enough, you thought about it, you figured out your plan, you know what you want to do, and now you're ready to tackle it. Now you're ready to get to it. And that's what you need to do, is wait until you're ready to deal with this so that it has the possibility for the best results. All right, so let's close out with a Whispers of Healing. Here we are. One flipped over. We have Get Clear. Perfect. How perfect is that? That's exactly what this whole reading is about. And what it boils down to is getting clear within yourself about what it is that you want to do with this relationship and where you want to go, and what are those things that you can do, Emperor energy, to get clear, to figure this out, to feel better, to feel that it's under control. So that's perfect for this reading, is to get clear on what it is that you want. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.